Sometimes people say stupid things. You get sad, you get frustrated.
This is very efficient, because what you really said was the business model is good because it's good. So
Definitely.
It's super tricky. School is brilliant, even if the company is brilliant, even if the VC firm is brilliant. Does that mean that that individual, that person, or that component is brilliant?
So we now pitch to 10 investors, but no one's really interested. But I can feel it now. The 11th one, that's our big win.
Hold up. Was that really a good argument? Was that really smart business strategy?
Well,
or was it
a gambler's fallacy?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes in business, confidence can actually win arguments, even though the logic is gone. And that's why you need to watch this episode, whether you're in negotiations, M&A deals, or starting your own business. You need to spot these fallacies so you don't get fooled. And as always, we have our business lawyer with us to explain everything.
Hello.
So you can go into the business world professionally.
Yeah.
So let's start. Gambler's fallacy.
Well, it's also called the Monte Carlo fallacy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So kind of implies what it is.
Yeah.
It's when you incorrectly assume that a past event will have an impact on a future event that is in fact independent of the past event.
Mm.
And the typical is, of course, throwing the dice.
Yeah.
And thinking that I have had 3 5s in a row, then I should not get another 5.
No.
Or I hadn't had a 6 for 10 throws.
But now it's time.
Now it's time. I'm betting on red. It's been black, black, black. I'm betting on red. Well,
Yeah.
you know it. And the thing is, the dice has no memory.
No.
The dice has no memory. Each time you throw it will be an independent action. So an independent result. And that is the same when Ida here implied that pitching to other investors would have an impact on the next pitch.
Exactly.
Because the next pitch should be considered an independent event. If. Because this is when it's a logical fallacy. However, and this is why it's so important in business to know when it is and when it isn't.
Exactly.
If some underlying conditions have been impacted by the previous pitches, then your chances of success might have improved. So let's say you learned from every failed pitch.
Then maybe the 11th one will be good.
Yeah, because then we have some underlying conditions that have changed, because you will be a much better pitcher time 11 compared to time number 1.
Exactly.
But other than that, each pitch should be considered an independent one. Do I have more examples?
Yes, for example, we've lost like 5 hockey games now, but the next one is going to be a win.
Yes.
So happy for that.
Well, wait.
But is it really?
No, because if the next one will be a win or not should be assessed on its own merits, not on the previous hockey games, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So same thing, independent events.
Independent events. I have another one. We already faced so much bad luck, but there is no way this M&A deal will be bad.
Again, is it an independent event? Then it's a gambler's fallacy. And I'm going to tell you a lawyer's secret.
Yeah.
Using gambler's fallacy, if you want to be a leader, if you want to kind of roar the crowd, if you want to have people enthusiastic, it's brilliant.
It
often
brilliant.
Works. I mean, check out the politicians, right? Or any football game, right?
Yeah.
So, to be honest, to be fair, if you want to use it or misuse it, be aware that it's a logical fallacy. It doesn't make sense if there are independent events. Again, but it is highly efficient.
It is.
It is. It's simple. And people like patterns, even when there are no real patterns. People our brains, we kind of get, we don't like this just by chance independent. We want that pattern. So people's brains are in tuned to that type of logic. So it's highly efficient. And if you don't want to get caught up in it, remember, the question to ask, both to the person making the argument and to yourself is this an independent event or not? And if you want to make the best business decisions, you need to kind of train your team, talk together about it, raise the concern about gamblers' fallacy, become aware of the risks of making faulty decisions based on thinking that there will be a pattern that will not be in reality.
Really good.
Yep.
And now we know about the gambler's fallacy.
Indeed.
So you can spot the fallacy, but you can also know when to use it in case you need it. And thank you so much for explaining this.
Thank you.
And remember, this is not legal advice, it's knowledge sharing. And please stay in the game and like and subscribe to our channel. Be a legend, and I'll see you next time.
And let us know if you have been exposed to any gambler's fallacies that perhaps even hit home or not.
Yes, please. I think we have a lot of them as well. Thank you so much for today.
Hej då!
Hej då! So the company is actually worth 35 million US dollars because that's what similar companies in our niche is valued at.
Well, that sounds good, but is that really a valid argument, or could it be a
circular argument? So in business, you might have heard arguments like this: confidence often wins, and the logic is not there. And that's why we're having this episode. So whether you're negotiating, maybe you're in a startup world or seeking investors or at a company as an employee, you need to spot this kind of logical fallacies and how to act in a situation.
Yeah.
When the fallacy occurs. So that's why we have our brilliant business lawyer here today. We're going to reveal the secrets.
Yeah, because manipulation in negotiations or in life or even in relationships, this is very efficient. Circular arguments they creep on your skin, and they often do get the job done.
They do.
And why is that? Because the assumption that the conclusion is based on is actually the same, but just using different wording.
Yeah.
So it's very powerful, very convincing, because our brains like those patterns.
We love them.
Yeah. So stay clear, be careful. Was the assumption really something different than the conclusion, or was it the same? Like in your case, the valuation, the assumption, and the conclusion, we should be valued, was it 25 million?
Yep. 35.
35 million.
Yeah.
Good.
Really
Based
good.
on the fact that we're a company that should be valued at 35 million.
Yeah.
So, did they actually give us any valid reasons other than a circular argument in this case?
Yes, and another example would be the business model will work because we know it's profitable.
Ever heard something like that? I have.
I have 100 times.
Because what you really said was, the business model is good because it's good. The business model will work because it works.
Yeah.
Right? So
Definitely.
It's super tricky.
Yeah.
And if you want to manipulate somebody, do use this. Because it works. Honestly. But if you don't want to be manipulated or manipulate somebody, learn how to spot them and learn how to really have a logical argument that's well founded.
Yeah.
Because it's important to remember that just because the circular argument is a fallacy, doesn't mean that the conclusion is. So you might be well on your way. You might be right that your company should be valued at 35 million, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. But then you need to build some better assumptions. You have to have a ground to stand on that's more valid. Can you show market trends? Can you show users? Can you show customers, revenue, awareness, etc.? What is it that is based that leads to those 35 million?
Exactly. Add some logic to it.
Yeah. So comparable companies, absolutely relevant, but saying it like that is just a circular argument like you did.
Yeah.
We need more details.
Really good. That's so amazing. And now you know about circular arguments because I think you have heard them like 100 times maybe.
And I even end up using that with myself.
Yeah.
So
it happens.
Yeah, exactly. So really, really, if you want to succeed,
Yeah.
stop and think. Is the assumption and the conclusion the same? question it, if you want to make those good business decisions, if you want to negotiate with your boss and he says no, think about it. Why? What happened here? Ask questions. Ask yourself, what was the assumptions really? And look at the conclusion. And then you can problem solve together even. So don't challenge the other person. Don't claim that they used a false a fallacy here. Instead, try to discern about the conclusion. Can we show more concrete evidence why that is correct or why it needs to be adjusted? Perhaps 10 was more valid than 35 million valuation.
Exactly. And that was our business lawyer presenting the secrets behind the circular arguments, which is a logical fallacy. Thank you so much. And remember, this is not legal advice, it's knowledge sharing. And as always, rock on with your businesses. If you have any examples or experiences from circular arguments, just drop them down below.
Let us know the craziest circular argument that somebody tried to push on you.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Thank you so much.
Hej då!
Hej då! If we give you a 15% pay raise, everybody would love to have that. And then we will not be able to afford to pay our bills and our staff, and we will go bankrupt.
Recognize that? Getting a slap in the face like that?
Yep.
But was that actually a valid argument? Or can that be a
slippery slope? So in business, actually confidence can win arguments, even though there is no logic in it. And that's why we have this episode, so you'll learn how to spot something called logical fallacies. It's very important if you're negotiating or having a business, talking to other people, or doing an M&A deal. You need to spot these kind of disaster communications.
Yeah, because logical fallacies, that's when you try to get your point across.
Yeah.
Win an argument, win a negotiation, or saying no, often saying no.
That's the thing.
Without having the foundation, without logical facts, instead taking a shortcut.
Yeah.
It's manipulation. So we're going to teach you how to spot them, how to attack them. And if you want, we will teach you how to use them in business also.
Yeah.
Let's say.
It can be a strategy sometimes.
Yeah, they are efficient. They are very efficient.
Yeah. So should we start with slippery slope?
Yeah. So what Ida did in the beginning here was that she took one rather small action, that's me wanting that pay raise of 15%, and then she snowballed, like if we give you that pay raise, then boom, 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 we'll go bankrupt.
Yep.
But there was no actual guaranteed logic or connection between that little A, that little salary raise, and that catastrophic
bankruptcy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a slippery slope argument.
Yeah.
And they're very efficient and they're very hard to tackle. In particular, if somebody with more power says no to you, but if we give you that, then.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And that's why they're so efficient. So, they are good to use if you just want to shut somebody down. But if you want something that's on the belt and if you want to know how to tackle them, try to, if you feel like, wait, what? What? If I get this, then everybody will, Don't say, oh, that's just stupid, or wait a minute, you're exaggerating. Because then they'll be defensive.
Yeah.
Then we're off. Then that won't help you. What we want is to ask open-ended questions.
As always.
Use silence. Use a calm and collected voice. Try to kind of narrow it down, problem solve together. So, I haven't had a pay raise for 5 years. And I know others have. And in that case, I didn't get a pay raise. So, how do you mean that everybody expects a pay raise when it's my turn? Or you say that we won't be able to pay our bills, but we're with 250 employees, and I know that last year some other people got pay raises and I did not. I fail to see how my increase in salary would lead to bankruptcy.
That's a really good one.
But remember, say it calm and with confidence. Do not raise your tone and do not sound too passive-aggressive.
No.
Because then they will be even more defensive.
Yes, so ask logical questions. I mean, really break it down.
Yeah. Do we have some other examples?
Yes, we can say something like, but if we let you work remote from home, I mean, then everybody would like to do that. And then, as we know it, nobody will be in the office and we will have no office spirit at all.
So, why is this a slippery slope?
Because it goes from one small action to a big disaster.
Exactly.
Once again.
And suddenly you presume that just because I work from home, everybody else will want to work from home. You presume that will impact the team spirit negatively.
Yes.
So you went from this little action to this big negative consequence. So again, pause, shine a light on the faulty argument. Not the person, no attacks, no, oh no, that's not fair, or no, you're just being stupid, how come that would, no.
No, because you often feel stupid when someone take this argument or say this argument to you.
And you can be upset,
yes.
So you want to attack back, but that won't get anything across. So instead, try to ask, discern, so I fail to understand, because I know some people prefer to work in the office and some people don't. How come you don't see that this will be a hybrid solution? Or perhaps we could ask people in staff what they prefer and how much they want to work from home.
Exactly.
And as regards to team spirit, me personally, I'm a bit of an introvert. So I actually feel that I have more energy for the team if I get the opportunity to sit at home and read my agreements alone a few days a week. Would that be a possible solution?
That's really good.
Yeah.
So look out for the solutions.
Yeah. So learn to spot a small action, big consequence.
Yes.
And learn to kind of ask for the steps in between. In a calm, cool, and collected.
Collected, as always in negotiations. As you taught us here at Business Law Toolbox.
Yeah. So that's a way for you to not be manipulated in a negotiation or when you make a request, and pinpoint what the other person is actually saying in order for them not to have that shortcut, easy way out.
Exactly. That's really good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now you know how not to get fooled when you're out in the business world, because you know one more logic fallacy. And remember, you guys, as always, this is not legal advice, it's knowledge sharing. So have that in mind, but we're happy to share this.
Hej då!
Hej då!
Well, I believe that given that we're selling beer, that we really need to double down on the marketing. I mean, it's Super Bowl after all. And I mean, that's our target audience.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you know about marketing strategy? I mean, you have been here for like 6 months. And second of all, you don't look like someone who plays football.
Calling me fat? Now, was that a good argument against the suggestion to push marketing when Super Bowl is coming? Or could it have been a...
ad hominem.
And what is that?
That is, it means like to the person or to the man. So instead of talking about the argument, you go direct to the person. An insult.
So...
Which I did. I'm sorry for that.
Oh, it's okay. I feel a bit fat today. So...
Yes, and that's why it's so important to watch this episode, because we're talking about logical fallacies. And I mean, sometimes people say stupid things. You get sad, you get frustrated. But in this episode, we're going to talk about how to spot this logical fallacy and how you can act around it.
And why it's such an incredibly efficient manipulative tactic.
Yes.
It's really manipulation at its finest when it comes to negotiations, when it comes to saying no, when it comes to pushing somebody else down and getting what you want across.
Yes, and you're often left speechless after a comment like that.
Yeah.
But not after this episode, so like and subscribe.
Yeah. So if you want to be manipulative, what you do is when somebody says something that you do not like or has an opinion that contradicts what you want, you attack the person. You disregard the argument in itself and say that the argument is wrong because there's something wrong with you. And if anybody ever watched a political debate,
it's only these kinds of fallacies.
Yeah. So it's really efficient. And that's why it's so good to really train your brain to recognize them and also have a strategy how to tackle it when it happens.
Because it happens a lot of times. I mean, people have been telling me, but, you're so young, you can't understand having a business.
Yeah. So what happens when they call Ida so young that she cannot understand having a business is that whatever argument she presented or suggestion she put forward, that was kind of disregarded due to your age.
Yep.
And that's the logical fallacy, because it could have been a brilliant argument no matter if you're 100 or 10 years old, right?
Exactly, definitely.
Yeah. So I didn't waste my energy kind of tackling the argument. I just went to the person.
Yeah, so how do I act in a situation when someone is saying something?
The best thing, if you're subject to it, is to not attack, do not get mad, do not start ridiculing the other person. Very tempting.
Yeah.
First, silence. Silence is the most. Because this kind of logical fallacy to the person, when you attack the person, the character of the other person, that is, you want to shift the spotlight on the person doing it. So they put the spotlight, the negative spotlight on you, making you uncomfortable, making you look bad. By being silent, you won't let it in.
No.
And by replying in a calm, cool, and collected manner, you will send across a signal that it was unacceptable. And it's very efficient to actually just repeat exactly what they said. So in this example, so I look like somebody who does not play football.
Yeah, I thought maybe you don't know so much about it.
Because often they start apologize or backing, or they double down, and then you can follow up. And sorry, but I fail to understand, what relevance does it have if I play football or not in relation to my suggested marketing strategy?
Yes, and here comes another one in this situation. But don't be so sensitive. It was just a joke.
Good one. Again, pause. Sensitive?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean anything.
You didn't mean anything?
And here where you shift the focus really good on the bad person.
You make them uncomfortable. You're so calm, cool, and collected, and they have to eat their own bad behavior.
Yes, put the shame where it belongs.
Where it belongs, indeed.
So, because you often feel quite stupid. I mean, imagine being in a meeting and someone says something like that to you. I mean, you feel so stupid and say, what, did I say anything wrong? Or, I mean, so, I mean, it takes a lot of courage to say something like asking this question back, but practice.
Practice. And if it happens in a meeting and you feel dumbfounded and you do not respond, it's not over.
No.
You can walk into that person's office afterwards and say, I'm just sorry. That comment about me looking like somebody who does not play football, what was your intention? What did you mean?
I'm sorry. I got insecure in the situation. I didn't mean to harm you.
The dream response, right?
Yeah.
And even if you don't get the dream response, most likely the next time it won't be you that they attack.
Yeah, draw the line.
Yeah, it was too uncomfortable. You did draw the line. You're not there for their convenience.
That's really good.
So you shift the focus. Either you shift the focus on them, what they said, and then you try to shift the focus on the material issue at hand. So I'm here to actually talk about the marketing strategy. And again, I believe that Super Bowl is the best time for us because we are selling beer. Stand your ground.
Really good.
Yeah.
Now you know how to do it. But practice. I mean, it's really important to practice, but you get shocked in these situations.
Yeah. So, let us know if you've ever been subject to attacks to your person instead of the argument.
Yeah, I have many times. And that's why this episode is so important for you. So you know how to act and don't feel stupid because the shame is not on you.
No.
Definitely not. And remember, this is not legal advice, it's knowledge sharing. And our business lawyer revealed some really good stuff for us today, as always.
Hej då!
Hej då! So given that Mark actually invested in Sequoia, which is the biggest VC firm in the world, he must be a brilliant investor.
Wait.
What?
Was that really a good, logical argument? Or was it
A division's fallacy.
a logical fallacy?
That's why we have our business lawyer here to explain this for us, which is very important for you in the business world, whether you're negotiating, you're an employee, you're starting a startup, or maybe seeking investments. You need to learn how to spot these kinds of fallacies so you don't get fooled and manipulated.
Or if you want to learn how to manipulate people.
Of course.
They're very efficient.
It is.
Because people like all our brains, we want patterns, even when there are none. And that's why logical fallacies are so well used and so well spread and so dangerous. Because if you don't know how to spot them, you will easily be manipulated. Like you said, if somebody comes with confidence and uses one, it might be hard to spot it in the moment. You're so, ooh.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
So that's why we're having this episode, because being aware of logical fallacies, it could be a tool for you either way.
So in business setting, let's break this down.
Yeah.
The point here was that given that the totality, the composition, Sequoia, is so great, then the components, the investors, Mark, must also be great. Right?
Right.
So given that the football team that wins Super Bowl is great, each player must be brilliant.
They must be.
Yeah. Even the one doing the massage.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Yeah. So that's the point. Really dangerous. Somebody might come with their CV and say, I'm brilliant because I worked at this law firm or this VC firm or I went to Harvard. Is that sufficient? I mean, even if the school is brilliant, even if the company is brilliant, even if the VC firm is brilliant, does that mean that that individual, that person or that component is brilliant?
Maybe, oh, that's Peter who worked for Instagram. I mean, he's so good. Just hire him. Because he worked for Instagram.
Yeah. He was part of Instagram scaling, so he must be a genius.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
We don't know that. So be careful when somebody refers to totality as evidence that one of the components is just as good.
So good.
It can be an indication.
Yeah.
I mean, going to Harvard isn't bad.
No.
Winning Super Bowl isn't bad. But you have to look at it at its own merit. So break it down. Question it.
And don't assume.
Don't assume. Assuming is the quickest road to being manipulated, to losing negotiations, and to making bad business decisions.
And we don't want that.
No, we don't want to hire or use Mark as a lead investor if it's not. He doesn't know what he's doing. He might not have nothing to do with Sequoia's investment decisions, right?
Yeah, we don't know that.
No. So know how to recognize it, know what it is, and know how to handle it. And the best way is, of course, always no accusations. Try to ask for more information. Try to validate that component. Try to validate Mark. Or whatever it is we are really wanting to know and wanting to know if it is that brilliant.
That is brilliant, Kat. It is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that was the division fallacy, and which is a part of our series about logical fallacies, which is very important when you're out in the business world.
Part of our negotiation series where you learn lawyer skills, how to not be manipulated, and how to win a negotiation.
Yes, and you heard it from the lawyer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And remember that this is not legal advice, it's knowledge sharing. Stay ahead, guys.
Hej då!
Hej då!